Hi everyone. So today I released an Android Wear app to the Google Play Store. And what this app does is it keeps track of tennis scores for you, and it's available for both square and round Android Wear devices. So the motivation behind this app was that as a tennis player, I often forgot the score of the matches I was playing in. And if you're not playing in a USTA tournament or you're just playing for fun with friends, then you often don't have access to the scorecards that they have at these tournaments. So this app is geared towards the weekend warrior, and you're able to keep track of the score directly through your watch, and you simply increment two buttons, and it'll keep track of the score for you. So I'm just going to give a demo of how this app works on Android devices, and it's also released for iOS devices on the App Store. So let's start a quick run through. So for the number of sets, you have two options, either best of one set or best of three sets. And since this is mostly for recreational players, I didn't add the option of best of five since you usually won't be playing that many sets. So let's try a best of three set match. The emulator is a little slow, so give it some time. Sorry. And the other option, the next screen asks if you want to play a 10-point tiebreak for the final set. So this is, yeah, if instead of like a full out third set, you just want to play like a 10-point tiebreak. So we have this option. So let's just say no for now. So the idea is when you're playing, you would just increment these two buttons, and this would help you keep track of the score. So P1 would be the person who's initially serving, and P2 would be the person who's initially receiving. And for some reason on Android emulators, it doesn't actually say what the score is, but it works on iOS. And apparently it actually does work on a real Android Wear device, since my friend beta tested it for me, but I'm not sure why it doesn't work on emulator. So I'm just going to run through like what it is to have like a quick service hold. So it'll say like game P1 in this case, since P1 held serve. And let's see what happens if, yeah, P2 break serve on the round watch. It'll say, yeah, game P2. And it's hard to notice since there's no sound coming out, but there's a time delay between each announcement because I don't want it such that a person could accidentally increment the score more than once. So if you notice, like there's a delay actually, like where you can't really click any of the buttons. And this is to prevent like accidental changing of the score. And if I were to develop this app out a little bit more, I would add an undo button since it is possible to make a mistake, and there's currently no way of going back to the previous step. You would either have to reset the entire scoreboard, which would be a pain if you're like at match point or something. So that's something to work on in a future iteration of the product. And yeah, um, and then you could reset the app by going to home and then changing the settings again. It's just like a simple app that I just worked on the side. Yeah, just to to practice Android development and also iOS development. And I was originally trying to be able to sync the app with an actual mobile device, but I was running into difficulty on the Android Studio emulator. So for now, I've just released it as a wearable app without the mobile app itself. For the iOS app, it does have a mobile component. So you directly download it to your iPhone, and then it also offers an Apple Watch app. So then they essentially work together. So whenever you increment the score on the Apple Watch app, it would reflect that on the iPhone itself. And unfortunately, I didn't have the time or the capability of testing this since I don't have an Android phone or an Android wearable device. So I'm just going to release it as an Android Wear app for now. So in the essence of saving time, I'm just going to show you what happens when when we finish an entire game. So I'm just going to pick best of one and then 10-point tiebreak. So then we can see what happens. Yeah, just when a match finishes. Yes, yes. So in the meantime, I could talk about what made developing this app difficult. So it was, yeah, mostly a matter of trying to sync it with the mobile component. And since that didn't work out, um, yeah, it's kind of sucks. But I spent at least 4 or 5 days working on that, and yeah, it's pretty sad that I couldn't get it. But yeah, in the future, maybe we'll see. Yeah, so it says game set and match P1, and let's see if P2 wins. It'll essentially show the same thing, and then it'll change the color of the label to green to indicate who won. So yeah, that's just like a nice feature to have, and you can reset the score afterwards. And then the other difficult part was, yeah, getting the text to speech working. And since it doesn't show on emulator, it's really annoying, but it does apparently work on a real device. So if you try downloading it, it should be able to say what the score is. And if it doesn't, yeah, just in the comments. And yeah, it's available for download on the Play Store right now. So yeah, I could just go to the link. Yeah. So you could download it directly from your Android Wear device. If you try downloading it on your Android phone, it's not going to work because there's no mobile app for it. So directly download it to your Android Wear device for now. And yeah. Thanks for watching, guys.